Picture this: a rugby landscape where the global stage isn't just reserved for the elite few, but opens up exciting new avenues for teams to compete, grow, and chase their dreams on the way to the ultimate prize. The launch of the World Rugby Nations Cup in July 2026 promises to shake things up in a big way, offering a fresh chapter in international rugby that could redefine how nations prepare for the big leagues. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this revamp truly a game-changer for underdogs, or might it inadvertently widen the gap between rugby's haves and have-nots? Let's dive in and explore what this means for the sport's future, breaking it down step by step so even newcomers can follow along with ease. World Rugby has been buzzing with progress on the World Rugby Nations Cup, announcing that preparations are moving ahead swiftly. As of now, 11 out of the 12 teams are locked in for the inaugural event set to begin in 2026. This competition is designed as a vital stepping stone, providing crucial match experience for rugby unions that have secured spots in the expanded Men's Rugby World Cup 2027, which will take place in Australia. The final team will be decided through the Rugby World Cup 2027 final qualification tournament, wrapping up on November 18th. And this is the part most people miss. By integrating seamlessly into the broader international calendar, the Nations Cup isn't just another tournament. It's a strategic tool to build momentum and skills that could make or break a team's World Cup aspirations. This initiative is a cornerstone of World Rugby's bold overhaul of the men's and women's international schedules, a collaborative effort involving unions, leagues, and players that was unveiled back in 2023. Tied directly to the prestigious Nations Championship, the World Rugby Nations Cup brings a level of predictability and opportunity that's been missing for teams not involved in the annual heavyweight competitions. Think of it like giving mid-tier soccer leagues regular access to high-stakes fixtures. It ensures consistent exposure, helping these squads hone their tactics and boost their profiles without the long waits between major events. For its 2026 debut, the Nations Championship, the Premier Division, will showcase the Six Nations rugby teams from the Northern Hemisphere: England, France, Ireland, Italy, Scotland, and Wales, clashing with the Sanzar nations from the South: Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, alongside invitees Japan and Fiji representing the Southern Hemisphere. In a mirrored setup, the World Rugby Nations Cup will unfold during the July and November international windows in both 2026 and 2028. Then, in 2027 and 2029, we'll see exciting crossover matches between the two divisions and their respective unions, adding layers of intrigue and rivalry. The qualified squads for the Men's Rugby World Cup 2027 have automatically earned their berths in the first World Rugby Nations Cup. That list includes Canada, Chile, Georgia, Hong Kong, China, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Tonga, Uruguay, USA, and Zimbabwe. That's 11 teams confirmed so far. The last spot will go to the champion of the final qualification tournament in Dubai, running from November 8th to 18th, rounding out the 12-team roster. But here's where it gets controversial. Does qualifying through this path really democratize rugby, or does it risk sidelining teams that aren't in the existing qualification loop, potentially creating a new elite tier? World Rugby chair Brett Robinson shared his enthusiasm in a statement. World Rugby is all about bringing people together and nurturing the sport through legendary occasions like the Men's and Women's Rugby World Cups, plus smart investments in initiatives that broaden rugby's appeal, significance, and influence. Our refreshed international calendar, with the Men's Nations Championship, World Rugby Nations Cup, and the WXV Global Series for Women, is at the heart of this vision. By partnering with the top-tier Nations Championship, the World Rugby Nations Cup offers a robust framework for our ambitious unions to thrive through reliable test match opportunities, heightened rivalry, and financial boosts, ultimately paving the way for better performances at the Men's Rugby World Cup, the powerhouse that fuels rugby's expansion from the grassroots level up. As details on the Nations Cup's pools, fixtures, and venues are revealed in the coming months, fans are already speculating on the drama this could unleash. For instance, imagine a nail-biting match between an emerging team like Georgia and a powerhouse like Australia. It could inspire a whole new generation of players. And this is the part most people miss. By focusing on performance enhancements and revenue growth, this competition aims to weave a richer story into rugby's fabric, testing the sport's depth during those key July and November periods. With the date of this announcement being Monday, November 17, 2025, and last updated just after 6:36 a.m., the excitement is palpable. But what do you think? Will the World Rugby Nations Cup truly transform the international calendar into a more inclusive playground, or is there a risk it might favor the giants of the game? Do you agree with the emphasis on certainty for teams outside the major leagues, or do you see potential flaws in this approach? Share your views in the comments. Let's discuss whether this is rugby's next great leap forward or a controversial curveball.